Welcome to Whitney's World. I'm your host, Whitney Ward. Here we explore spirituality, mindset, and manifestation. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Whitney's World podcast. I'm your host, Whitney Morgan, and I am so excited that you've tuned in wherever you're at on this planet. Thank you for being here. Guys, welcome to 2025. We are officially a week in, and it is incredible. I do feel like the energy is just like, for me, it's skyrocketed. I feel like this is life. Like, I am just so excited to be alive, and everything that I've done and I have been committed to like this past year and a half has been about my mindset. It has been about becoming my highest, best self so that I could really manifest my dream life and do what I'm meant here to do on this planet. So if you've tuned in, let's dive in, because I really want to see your 2025, your best year ever. And we are going to dive into a universal law that is going to help you manifest your dreams. If you've never heard of the movie The Secret, you guys should definitely find that. You can find it free. If you just search it, Google it, it'll come up. There is I can't remember what it's called, but it starts with the T, and it's on there. It's free. So The Secret is all about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a universal law set in place that none of us, most of us, unless you're born into a secret society or a very wealthy family, you don't know about this unless you've heard about this randomly. But I want to dive into what the law of attraction really is and what it can do for you in 2025, and how you can actually change your mind, reprogram your subconscious mind so that you can actually live the life that you are meant to live. The law of attraction is a universal law that states what you focus on grows. So many of us are focused on not getting into debt or getting out of debt. But because we don't understand this law, we don't realize that when you're constantly thinking about debt, you're getting more debt. It's crazy. It's like, why weren't we taught this in school? Well, obviously we know why, but when you learn that you do not have to live the way that you have been living, and there is freedom for you, it's all in your mind, your life is going to change. Mindset is a word that is so important. You need to set your mind straight. And the best way to do this is right before you go to sleep and right before you wake up, because that's when your brain is in a theta brainwave state. And that is where it's like the door to your subconscious opens, and you can actually reprogram it. So I listen to subliminal sleep messages at night, and I have a manifestation course. I'm going to be creating my own, but for you guys, but I do have one that I listen to every night, because you can reprogram your subconscious mind when you're asleep, because your conscious mind is completely turned off and your subconscious mind is wide awake. It's wide open. So the best way to actually reprogram your subconscious mind is when you're sleeping, and then also right when you wake up. So what I've been doing for the past, I want to say I've been really focusing on this, has been like the past month, where immediately when I wake up, I start just filling my mind with gratitude and abundance. And I just start thinking about how happy I am to be alive. I start feeling grateful that there's air in my lungs, that there's oxygen outside, that there's an abundance of trees producing oxygen in the air for us to breathe. And I literally start to immediately when I wake up. I don't even I literally will turn off my alarm, and I just lay there and I start to fill my mind with abundance and gratitude. And that is how you set your mind straight. First thing in the morning and right before you go to bed, those are the two best times, because what happens is as you start going on with your day, if you don't set your mind straight with love, joy, abundance, gratitude, thinking about all the things in the morning that are going to help you set your day straight with what you want, that is genuinely what's going to continue to give you in your life, what, like, throughout the day, more of that, because the law of attraction states that what you focus on grows. And so if you don't do this first thing in the morning, and I wasn't doing this until about a month ago, I would try to and I would fall off. And now, I don't know, it's like something switched in my brain. I just think different now. And so now it's like, I feel like it's like a new program that I just like embedded in my mind. And this is what I do now. I wake up and I immediately think of gratitude and the abundance that surrounds me. And like, even since it's been cold in Florida, cold, LOL, but it has been cold here. Like, it's actually pretty not freezing. It's like 60 something. Okay. But it's cold. The air is cold. So like, I woke up this morning and my house was like 66 degrees. Yeah. 66 degrees. And so when I woke up, I was just like, thank you for the abundance of cool air that surrounds me right now. And like, that is a genuine feeling and thought that I am admitting out, being grateful and happy. And the law of attraction is, when you start to realize, seriously, when you start to realize that you are getting what you think about, not what you want, and you are getting who you are being, not what you want, you can learn that if you start making little changes throughout your day, your life will gradually transform, and then you do run off a new program, because your subconscious mind is running 95% of your life based off of the beliefs and thoughts that were embedded into you through society and the way you were raised. Okay. So when you start to reprogram your mind with gratitude and abundance, the universe will say, oh, let's give her more to be grateful for. Let's give her more things that will show her abundance. She will continue to be happy, because that's the frequency you're admitting. So when you are wanting to create more in your life, more love, more happiness, more abundance, and you should be able to gauge where you're at based off of the way that you feel. So there is we're like in a spiral of life. Okay. So we have an upward spiral or a downward spiral. And I'm going to try to attach a picture right here. I don't know if I've done that on my YouTube yet or not, but I have a picture of the emotional guiding system. It's a picture. But basically at the top of the upward spiral is joy and freedom. And then it's love, empowerment, passion. And then the bottom of it is powerlessness, guilt, insecurity, fear. That's like at the bottom of the scale. Okay, so how do you transform the low emotions into higher emotions? Well, you have to consciously choose this. This is where you are going from the old to the new. And this is a conscious decision that you have to make. So if you are feeling very fearful or very afraid of something that's going on in your life, you have to realize that it's not true. It is just an old part of you that you can choose at any moment to change and start to transform out of that low emotional state to a high emotional state and frequency. Because this is the other thing. Fear and powerlessness and guilt are very slow moving energies. There's not a lot happening. But love and joy and celebration, it's very high frequency. So when it comes to using the law of attraction, if you're afraid or you don't have enough money, you have to force yourself out of that. And one way that has been proven to really get you out of that low vibrational state is to change your focus on what is abundant and what you do have that you can be grateful for. Because if the universal law of attraction states that what you focus on grows, if you can shift your focus from lack to abundance, you can shift everything in your life. And as soon as you start to really get it, the vibration is going to get faster and faster and faster. And there's a statement that success loves speed. So once you start getting to a high frequency, high vibrational state, things start to happen quick. So going from fear to freedom, okay? This is how you're going to do it. You got to start focusing on the little things in life. You have to start focusing on what you do have, and you have to be grateful. And so that's why I was saying earlier, when I wake up, the first thing I do is I start to scan my reality for everything I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the cool air around me. I'm thankful for the feathers that are surround me because I have a down comforter on right now. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm thankful for all of these feathers that surround me. I'm so thankful for the trees outside. I'm so thankful that I get to shower in a warm shower. I'm so thankful for the food in my fridge. This is how you start to change your life. It is not by continuing to spiral in the negative and what you don't have. It is by shifting your focus. What you focus on grows. You have to make a conscious decision to stop focusing on lack and start focusing and be grateful on the things that you do have. I'm telling you, this is how you have to start living if you want your life to get better. It is a conscious decision. It is a conscious creation. You are now going into a new creation of your life. You are creating your reality and the reality that you want by being grateful for what you have. Because when you are grateful for what you have, even when it is little, it will grow. The universe will see that you are admitting a frequency of gratitude and of abundance, and it will give you more. This is law. This is what we are wanting and needing in life now. It is not, we don't live in the times anymore where things are suppressed. Things are coming to light. This is the truth. And I've seen this countless times in my life. When I focus on abundance and gratitude, I am given more. You have to realize that you are a vibrational being. This is why I was talking about how fear, guilt, and shame are very slow-moving vibrations. Those thoughts create feelings, which creates your reality because of the law of attraction. The law of attraction never turns off. And that is actually so good for us, because once you start to learn and you really start to embed a new program in your mind and you become conscious of the thoughts, of the things you say, of the things you're speaking, of the conversations you're having, of the things you're listening to, when you really start to realize that you are a frequency, you will not want to be around low vibrational shit anymore. You're like, that doesn't serve me. I can't be around this anymore because it affects your frequency. Okay? So you are energy. Your body is energy. Thoughts are energy. Everything in this universe is energy. Everything. Look at the atomic structure. It's like atoms are literally made of nothing. So that should prove to you that there is an opportunity for you to change your life forever. And the way that you change your life is by learning about all of this. Frequency, universal laws, and you may have to go into like a year or however long. Sometimes people don't need a year, but you may have to go into a time where you have to relearn all this and you feel like you're moving backwards, but it's like that saying that you have to slow down to speed up. And like, this is where I'm at. Like, last year, that was my year where I took in all this knowledge and I learned everything I could, and I would speak about it slowly. And now it's like, speed up. It's time to go. Like, it's time. Like, I can't keep waiting. At some point I just have to know that I know it, that it's all in my subconscious mind. And when I get in a flow state, it's going to flow out of me because it's who I am. I'm a vibrational being living in a physical reality, and I can change the physical reality by the way that I think, by my mindset, by focusing on what I want and who I'm being. And what I want is growth, expansion, evolution, transformation, more opportunities, more abundance, more businesses, more creation, more creative things, more things to do. Like, when you realize that, like, you could never get done in life, that there's nothing to ever get bored about, that's like amazing to be. But I will say, on that picture, boredom's in the middle. So if you're bored, that's actually good. Maybe you're right now, like, you don't feel like you have that many like mindset blocks. And maybe you're like just someone that you don't really deal with that, but you're just kind of bored. When you're bored, that's actually a good place to be, because you can like upscale really quick from there. So if you're bored and you want to start focusing, I don't know what you want to focus on, like you want to create a business, or I don't know, start a new project, realize that you being bored is an opportunity for you to grow your life and transform, because you can start to dive into so many things. Being bored is not bad. It's just like your soul's like, hey, like, let's do something. Let's grow. Let's evolve. Let's expand. Like, if you're bored, you really have the world at your fingertips. What do you want to do? And go do it. Because being bored is just showing you that there's more expansion for you out there. It's just a matter of you tapping into it and you like going and being it and doing it. I feel like when it comes to the law of attraction, it's very important to, when you start to come across this knowledge, like this ancient wisdom that's been hidden from us, to be optimistic. And I feel like for me, what the law of attraction has done for me on a personal level is it's given me this like new profound sense of optimism. And it's given me this ability to realize like I could do anything, I could have anything. It's just a matter of me aligning to that frequency, of getting on the thing that I want to call in. Because anyone that's successful and knows about the law of attraction, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about you being an energetic match for your desires. And that's it. You just have to be an energetic match for it. And then things start to happen for you. Life starts to work out because you are energy and you are aligning with the frequency. That's powerful. Like, that is what I feel like so many of us need, is we need to feel optimistic. We need to know that if you change your mind, you can change your life. It is by becoming conscious of what you're thinking and realizing, like, is that your thought, or is that a thought that you don't subscribe to? Because that's the other thing. If thoughts are energy, that means that there's thoughts coming into your mind all the time. But just because you have a thought doesn't mean that you have to believe it or subscribe to that thought. So really, really start to think about this. Like, when you start to get a thought that's like, I'm not worthy, is that Is that your true self? Is that your higher self telling you you're not worthy? Is that the God in you, the source energy that breathes breath into you that you don't even have to think about? Is that energy and thought actually you? Or can you say, no, I don't subscribe to that. I am worthy. And you let that thought go. You get that thought out and you put in a thought of who you really are. This is where the law of attraction is so powerful, because as you start to do this and become aware of the thoughts that are going in your head, you are also admitting a frequency of confidence, of creation, of consciousness. And as you start to become conscious of your thoughts, everything in your life is going to change because you become aware. And so you're not letting these thoughts of I'm not worthy slip in. You're like, no, I'm worthy. Why? Because I'm worthy. You don't need to explain to anyone why you're worthy. You just know you're worthy because you're source energy. Because the divine is in you, breathing life through you, to you, and through you. And so feel optimistic about your life. And this is what the law of attraction genuinely has done for me on a personal level, is it's really given me the ability to be optimistic and to dream again and to feel limitless and to feel like I can achieve anything because it is who I am, because I am a creator, because I do create my reality. And the more that I am thinking and manifesting things into my life, the more aware I become and the more I'm looking for opportunities that I'm calling in. The more that I'm able to open my heart and emit a frequency of openness. Like, I'm ready. Universe, show me how good it can get. Like, I am optimistic. I am happy. I am so grateful to be alive. I am so thankful that there is air breathing through my lungs, that there's blood pumping through my heart, that I don't even think about it. It's just keeping me alive. My job is to just guard my mind. Literally, our job is to be mindful, to implement mindset. Set your mind the way you want it to go. That's it. That's what the law of attraction is telling you. If you focus on something, it will grow. It is a law. So if you focus on joy, if you want to get out of fear, you focus on what you have to be grateful for. That you have a job, that you have a car. Something that you can do is focus on the love of your animals or your children. Focus on how much you love them, how much joy they bring you. When you focus on these small things, you are emitting a frequency, and it will give you more things to be grateful for. 100%. And you have to realize too that like your life is happening for you. And so as you start to learn about the law of attraction and you start to learn that you're in control and you're guarding your mind and you're guarding your thoughts and you're manifesting things and things are happening, don't be attached to things. Just affirm, it's always working out for me. It's always working out for me. My life is unfolding exactly how it should. Even though I don't know how and I don't see how, I know it is because I'm now guarding my mind. I'm now guarding my heart. I know now that I'm in control. That through the law of attraction, what I focus on grows. What I say goes. So what I emit a frequency of, it has to be brought back to me. Because what goes up must come down. That's the universal law, the law of correspondence. As within, so without. So when you think thoughts of, I'm so grateful for the running water in my home that I get to shower with and bathe with and nourish my body with, I'm so thankful. And you just keep filling yourself with gratitude, your life is going to shift and change. And just something else that I want to tell you about, because I think sometimes people get really scared about like, oh my God, I just had a bad thought. Is it going to manifest? Manifestation happens slowly because the 3D world, like our thoughts are in like the 5D. They're quick, they're in and out, right? There's whatever. But the 3D is slower. It's a material world. It takes time. It's not like a thought. Like things are all energy, but like they're still like dense, okay? So for something to manifest, you have to think about it and give it 51% of your attention. And when I heard that, I actually heard this like recently, a couple months ago. And I feel like I wish I would have heard that like early on in my journey, because I was feeling like a tug of war with my mind when I first started this. But just remember or just know that not everything will manifest. You have to be thinking 51% of it constantly for it to manifest. So if this is why conscious creation is so important, because if a thought comes in, it gives you the opportunity to be like, is that my thought? Is that my belief? Do I actually think that? Yes, great. I subscribe to the thought that I'm worthy. Perfect. And then it goes into your subconscious mind. Because your subconscious mind cannot reject. It can only accept. So if you have, continuous thoughts of, I'm not loved, I'm not loved, I'm not loved, I'm not loved, your subconscious mind, and through law of attraction, is constantly showing you reasons why you're not loved. Because that is the frequency you're admitting. So to love yourself and to feel loved, you have to feel love within. You have to start telling yourself, no, I am loved. Take care of yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Take care of your mind. Like, you are loved because of you, not because of the external world. But it's a mindset shift that has to happen in here for it to take place in your external world. Your conscious mind is what can accept or reject. So that's why it's so important to guard your thoughts, because if a thought comes in, you can reject it and send it back, and it won't go into your subconscious. But as soon as you accept, your subconscious is like, great. And then the law of attraction continues to give you what you're accepting. But if that thought's not yours, or you don't like that belief, you send it back and you say, no, I am loved. I love me. I am worthy. I am strong. I am capable. I'm a money magnet. I have successful businesses. I'm always getting the best ideas to create wealth in my life and help my family and do all the things I want to do in this amazing life. It's all you becoming the conscious creator and not allowing your limiting beliefs and the way that you were raised control the rest of your life. When it comes to the law of attraction, you are the operant power of your reality. You are the one that decides what happens by your mind and what you are consciously creating. So when it comes to you being the operant power, you have to realize that what you say goes. So you can either create heaven on earth or hell on earth. But it is your conscious decision, or unconscious, but we're moving to the other side of conscious creation, becoming the creators of our reality through focusing on what we want, becoming that version, and what we say goes, because what we focus on grows. When you go sit at a restaurant and you place your order, you are not sitting there panicking about your food coming out. You know that that is the order you put, and it will come back to you. It is going to come. So when it comes to the law of attraction, remember that what you focus on must grow. And the fastest way to realize that the law of attraction will happen is by you focusing on feelings of joy, love, empowerment, freedom, by admitting the frequency of like celebrating your wins before they come. Celebrating your life. I had an epiphany, actually. I was watching Christmas movies and I had a thought that was like, this is why there's the Christmas magic in all the movies, is like, oh, it's a Christmas miracle. It's only a Christmas miracle because everyone is in the frequency of magic. Everyone's in the frequency of these Christmas miracles happening. You know, when you are in a movie and it's like, oh, your flight's not going to make it. And then finally, like, they get on the flight and they make it home. It's not that it was a Christmas miracle or that it only happens at Christmas. It's just because the energy is so heightened around Christmas miracles that miracles happen. But it's only the energy. It's not that it's only Christmas time. It's that's when the collective is like, everyone decorates and people are shopping and there's a lot of, you know, you're with your family and you're making treats and you're laughing and you're joyful and you're excited. And that's because miracles happen when you're in the frequency. So if you want your life to change, you have to give that frequency off. And the way that you can do it is literally by turning on music, dancing around your house, affirming these things, speaking out. I am joy. I am freedom. I feel so good. My life is amazing. And you are literally admitting a frequency where the universe is like, great, let's give her more. And then the more it happens and the more you reprogram and the more that this is happening, the more that you think different, your life is changing, you're helping other people. Like, this is how it happens. It's the frequency you admit through the law of attraction because it never stops. You just have to decide, what side of the law of attraction are you on? Are you on the downward spiral? Fear, guilt, shame, regret, or are you on the upward spiral where it's getting better and better and better? And I'm happy and I'm joyful and I'm celebrating everything I can literally celebrate in my life, because that's how you get more of it. And this is how you change your life, is by changing your mind through the universal law of attraction. What you focus on grows. It will 10x in your life. If you don't want debt, focus on wealth. If you don't want lack, focus on abundance. It's like a stick. There's this side and this side. You have to choose. And if you are tipping the scale down here, if you're watching me on YouTube, if you're tipping the scale here, but you are just lack, start to focus on, I'm just so grateful and thankful for all the good in my life, all the friendships. I'm so grateful and thankful for my job. I'm so grateful and thankful that I get hot running water. I'm so grateful and thankful that I get to nourish myself with water. I'm so grateful and thankful. And it tips. It starts tipping the scale because it is a law that is given and gifted to us by God. But you have to make a conscious decision to stop thinking downwards and start to think upwards. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this made sense, if this what experiences in your life has happened from the law of attraction and what is coming into your life. What amazing things are happening to you, because this is what you're looking for in 2025 to change your life. It is changing your mind and never going back, and teaching this to your children and your children's children. And this is how we create a change so that we can get out of this horrific state we're in. It is by us changing our minds and teaching it to the youngs out there that we love so much. So I love you guys. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please give me 5 stars on Spotify. Leave me a comment on Apple Podcasts. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in this week. Do not forget to set your mind first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. Visualize what you want, who you're going to be, and go be that version of you, and focus on your mindset, and everything will set into place for you. So I love you guys. As always, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go.